I just felt like everyone was just watching and making fun of the fact that I didn't have my snickerdoodle.
And snickerdoodles are like crucial. I'm
saying
chocolate chip cookie or snickerdoodle.
Or snickerdoodle. I'm telling you.
But if I have a chocolate chip cookie, I've got to have it. It's like a pizookie. I got to have ice cream on it.
I love a pizookie.
Like a salted caramel ice cream to like mix it up, sweet and sour.
Matter of fact, I think I should have that for dinner.
Wow. You really are 23 and a half talking about having a cookie for dinner. This is wild. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Post Moves. I'm Candace Parker here with my co-host, the dominant, the unbelievable, the future MVP, I'm calling it right now. Big guard. Post-ups. Say what up to Aliyah Boston.
Hey. I like it. Good descriptions.
You liked
Good
it? You liked it?
descriptions.
All right, cool. Follow us at Post Moves Show on socials. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes drop every Wednesday. And don't forget those 5-star reviews. Thank you.
Please and thank you. So, obviously you've been kind of busy.
And so have you.
I must say, although summer ended and the kids started school, we have not slowed down in the Parker household. Do you want to hear about a couple things I did this week?
No, please.
While you were shooting in the gym? Do you want to hear about the things
yes.
I was doing? Okay. So, my daughter had a volleyball game this week. And then after that volleyball game, I went to one of my favorite musicians, Teddy Swims. If you have not seen him in concert, he's unbelievable. Greek theater. He killed it. The vibes were immaculate. So that was amazing. And then after that, drove to San Diego, did the zoo with the kids, which was an experience in itself. Got to see penguins, all that stuff. Started great, ended crying, screaming, hungry, tired, all those things. Then I got to go do College GameDay.
How was
that?
The
University of Tennessee. It was amazing.
That?
Well, everything was great until the field goal. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the miss field goal. But
I mean, I was watching. The effort was there.
Is that what we're going to say? Listen, I think that the hardest position to play in sports to me is the quarterback. The most pressure position
is the kicker. 100%. Everyone's literally watching you. Like, everyone is watching you, and it is you and that goal.
And here's the thing. A lot of people in the suite we were watching it thought it was good. And then my friend Justine actually has a video of me being like, it's not good, and having to tell everybody that we missed
it went right.
the field goal. Yeah, we missed it because where we were seated, you couldn't really see.
Yeah.
I was disappointed just because I think, Tennessee played a solid game, and I think they deserved to win. But Georgia, man, they're tough. But I think it was two playoff teams playing, so I can't hate on it. Still bleed orange. And not to mention, number 2 recruit in the 2026 class.
This is not even the space for that. I can't even lie. This is not
Big O.
This is not even the space for that.
No, I'm just saying. I just want to let the people know that
I just hate that she's gonna have to go down to the Gamecocks. Like, I hate that when South Carolina plays y'all, like, it's over. I
just think that in college basketball, the national championship is won with the best front court players, hands down.
100%.
And I will say that we got one of the best front court players. So I'm expecting 2-3 banners to be up in TBA. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm expecting that
not
from
with
Big
my
O.
Gamecocks competing, but I mean, it sounds good. If you like it, I love it. Go Gamecocks.
Okay, well,
go ahead. Wait, I want to mention though, I asked you what your pants details was. Like, I asked you where you got your pants from while you're at College GameDay, and you just, you didn't send the link. So, are you a gatekeeper? I just feel like you should let the people know.
I'm not a gatekeeper. It's just that you like that Gamecock. What do you call it?
Yeah,
red?
I mean,
I don't even
know. I know they must be able to take the orange away.
See,
yeah,
I was a little hesitant on this because, one, I do have to shout out. We were Adidas for the time I was at Tennessee, so I had to pull out the old school Robert Meacham jersey. Ended up being drafted by the Saints, ended up being huge as a receiver for the Vol Nation. So I had to rep that jersey. And it just so happens that it was Adidas. And Adidas is coming back to Tennessee next year. So it was just, all layers. So the pants, it was just a little subtlety.
Just text me.
I got you. It seems
like you're a gatekeeper.
But listen, the vibes were immaculate. 100,000 screaming fans. I took some of my friends to Knoxville that had never been to a Tennessee game. And I think we made a fan of them. I must say, when I screamed Vol Nation to everybody, right here is when I almost passed out. It was so hot. And I felt the rattle in my head.
You were on the way. You were on the way down. You were.
And I was like, I can't even imagine if I hit the ground in the middle of the field. I was like, this is gonna be all bad. I wasn't even worried about passing out. I was worried about the optics of passing out. But there is nothing like it. Besides, there were 2 missed field goals, obviously to win the Georgia game, but also the $500,000 on the line for the kid on College GameDay. That's tough. But we still got $100,000 for the Pat Summitt Foundation. So shout out to Pat McAfee and entire game day crew. I mean, it was like an aura meeting Nick Saban. I'm not going to lie. It really was an aura. And then to close out the weekend, got back last night. It was amazing. Got back super late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. And then yesterday went and saw one of the best performers, hands down, ever in Chris Brown. And for those of you that did not see C Breezy, he spared no expense. I don't know how you dance and sing for 3.5 hours. But anyway, I think he's up there with Beyonce and Michael Jackson. I said it. And Whitney Houston and Adele. I'll put it out there. I'm saying it. Don't at me. But listen, Aliyah, while you were, hooping in the gym, getting buckets, I was just not hooping in the gym and having fun.
You were doing everything.
I was doing everything in your honor. All right, it's time for what we want to talk about. Guess what?
What?
It's presented by AT&T. Connecting our fans to everything happening on and off the court. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
What we want to talk about? Let's work our way backwards on how we got here. So let's start with the end of the regular season, because it seems like it was years ago, but the regular season did just in fact end. Fever, clinch 6 seed. That was a climb.
It was crazy because I didn't realize what the Valks losses, how much that was going to impact everything. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, you're 6. And I was like, oh, well, here we are.
Yeah, I thought you all were going to be, I know you all were competing for 6 or 7, but I thought Seattle for sure was 8 and the Valkyrie could only get 7, but they had the tiebreaker. Seattle Storm had the tiebreaker over the Valkyrie, so they slipped from 6 with their 2 regular season losses down to 8, which if you're in the 8th seed, you're playing the Minnesota Lynx, which we'll get to that later, but that did not work out well for them. With that, let's talk about some of the franchise records. You hear Aliyah, it's synonymous with franchise records. For most rebounds in a single season, 361. Aliyah has the most points by a center through their first 3 seasons in WNBA history, 1,798 points. The only players in WNBA history to have a season with 650 points, 350 rebounds, 150 assists is Breanna Stewart in 2023 MVP. And Aliyah Boston this season. So that's quite the company that you are in again. So can we just put a bow on? Oh, and the best stat of it all, you can't get buckets if you're not on the court and you haven't missed a game in 3 seasons. I did not know that.
Thank
Aliyah,
you.
Give us your body routine. No, for real. Give us your body routine.
What do you mean? I feel like this is regular. This is no.
Did you miss any games in college?
No.
So you're just like Iron Man.
One thing about my good Lord and Savior, okay? This man has checked, because I won't even lie, in college, I had some things happen that you just look and you're like, there's no way you didn't miss a game. There's no way you didn't miss a game. And I remember one time, I forgot what it was, but I was in a boot. I didn't practice. I didn't do shoot around. I was in shoot around trying to hit a jog. And then coach was like, so are you playing or no? And I was like, I was like, I'm gonna play. What do you mean? Like, that's not even an option. I was like, now if you want to sub me out here and there, like that works, but I'm gonna play. And she was like, okay, if you want to play, you can play. And yeah, but I've had some crazy ones where it's just like I don't even know how. But here we are.
Well, you needed to share that with me because, golly, I tried to play so many times, but sometimes. So you need to share whatever ingredients, secrets, I don't know, fountain of playing games that you have. You need to share that. But okay, putting a bow on the end of the regular season for all of the other teams in the W. Aces ended season on a 16-game win streak, which has been unbelievable. They averaged 88.6 points per game during that streak, 10.8 threes. In fact, in their regular season game against their last regular season game against the Sparks, they hit a franchise record of 26 threes, I think.
I can't lie. Watching that game, I was sitting there like, honestly, I don't know what you'd have to do. I'd have to knock every single person off the 3-point line. It was ridiculous.
And when a team sees the ball go in like that and they have confidence,
when you hit
ridiculous.
1, you hit 2, it's like now everybody's feeling it. Now everybody has 3 and 4 and 5. That was crazy.
Yeah. And it's led obviously by MVP frontrunner in Asia Wilson, averaging 26, 12, and 2.3 blocks while shooting 52% during that streak. But I must say, Jackie Young has moved into more of a playmaking position. Yeah. She becomes the youngest and fastest player in WNBA history to reach 3,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 1,000 assists. I mean, the way Jackie and Asia are playing off of one another, coupled together with obviously Chelsea Gray, her experience, her playmaking, Jewel Lloyd coming off the bench, Nalissa Smith doing a great job anchoring the defense. Can you believe we're saying defense and Nalissa Smith in the same sentence? I mean, I'll be honest, she even says that.
I just watched this presser and they were talking about Liz and her defense and she was like, I can't believe it. She was like, I've never had a game where I have 0 fouls. And she was like, but I'm playing defense. Here I am.
Yeah. And that's what, that's what winning basketball will allow you to see the need for. Yes. And so I don't think there could have been a better situation on the court for sure, but also the vets that are going to help Nalissa grow on that side. But I must say the Aces, they look scary, especially in their playoff victory last night against the Seattle Storm. It just seemed like
they were on a different level.
The Storm did not know what hit them. So anyway, record-breaking viewership this year. 2025 WNBA regular season was the most watched on ESPN Network ever. Across 25 games, averaged 1.3 million viewers, up 6% from last season. Most watched WNBA game on ESPN in history was the Sky versus the Fever on May 17th. 2.7 million viewers. 9 of the top 10 games were Fever games, and other game was Aces versus the Liberty on May 17th. So record-breaking viewership, along with that record-breaking attendance. They set an all-time...
The W is rising. The W is rising. Everyone is tuned in.
On the way up. I'll just drop a couple more numbers because I know I'm kind of number heavy to start the podcast. Some of you all probably haven't even had a sip of coffee and I'm just throwing numbers at you. But WNBA set an all-time league attendance record with more than 3 million total attendance this year. The Fever led the league in total attendance, nearly 700,000 fans for home and away games. And as we mentioned, the Valks were the team with the highest average attendance of 18,064. And that's more than 15 NBA teams average last year. So just to put that in perspective.
The Feeve show fans, they show up. Our motto was like every game's a home game. And that's real. That's real. You get on the road and you see everyone in their jerseys, everyone cheering for us. It's real.
It's real, all right. And you can hear it on the broadcast when you all are the away team. You can hear the Fever fans taking over. And what the home team doesn't want is for you all to get off to a good start because then the crowd's on your side.
The crowd is on our side from the jump.
AP announced their All-WNBA team. And a reminder to listeners, these are AP awards. The official league awards will roll out during the playoffs. We actually just got wind of most improved player.
Yep.
Which we'll talk about later. Lead up for you all to continue to listen. But the all-rookie team, Paige Bueckers, Sonia Citron, Kiki Arifin, Layla Lacan, Janelle Salon, Dominique Malonga. And then all-W first team, Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Alyssa Thomas, Alisha Gray, Kelsey Mitchell.
My girl Kels. I'm so happy for Kels. I'm cutting in here. I am so happy for Kels. I feel like just being here for the past 3 years with her has been unreal. Like the way Kelsey's just hooping, it is so unreal. Kelsey, I love you. So proud of you.
100% hooping. And then all-W second team, Sabrina Ionescu, Paige Bueckers, Nneka Ogwumike, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young. Interesting. Huh. That's it's not what I thought would happen. I definitely think just in terms of what you were able to put together this season that you would be on an all-W second team. I think the biggest surprise that sticks out to me, because I think rookie team, it doesn't matter, wins or losses or whatever. It's just kind of like if you're having an individual good season your rookie year, you're going to get rookie of the year and you're going to be on the all-rookie team. All-W first team and all-W second team, you don't see usually players from a last place team. I think Paige Bueckers' resume put together, yes, she's, capable of being on an all-W first team or all-W second team, 100%. But based on team performance, she's the only one that is from below, I believe, out of the playoff team that was able to make the all-W team. So we'll see what the official all WNBA teams land at. And
we'll see.
But you know what? That means you're great when you get snubbed. Trust me. That means you're great. Trust me. They're just like, you're great. You can be greater. That's the best compliment ever. If like you have an amazing season and somebody's like, but she could be greater. Okay. And it's like, all right, well, what do you want? First game of playoffs just concluded yesterday when we're filming or taping this podcast. You all dropped game 1 on Sunday in Atlanta, 80-68. You had to play the game at Gateway Center Arena because Dua Lipa was performing at State Farm Arena.
Correct.
Yes.
But we're back in Cambridge now. We're back.
You're back.
We're back. We're gonna be back.
Let's talk about this though, because you all got off to a great start in the first quarter. You jumped out to a pretty big lead. You all were led by obviously Kelsey Mitchell. She had 27. You had 8, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. In that first quarter, it seemed like you all were getting in flow and in transition and able to get good looks and get in the paint and things like that.
Yep.
But as the game went on, it seemed like the Dream were able to kind of play a little bit more faster and get into transition.
I think for us too is getting in transition a little bit, getting to that second and third side. But also too, like we were taking really good shots. They just simply weren't falling in. Like we were taking some really good shots, and sometimes the ball just does not go your way. And it's like, okay, well, when you look at the film, obviously there's things that you got to clean up. But when you also look at the shot attempts that we had, it was like, these are pretty good shots. So they're going to go.
I would agree with you. I do think that at some point during the game, the physicality and the lack of foul calls, I think interrupted the focus that you have to have 100%. In a playoff game.
100%.
Steph White got that, your coach got that technical, and then it was followed a possession or two later by Odyssey Sims, then picking up another technical. There was some physicality, some calls that could have gone the other way. You all had to use your challenges for stuff that I thought was kind of ridiculous.
But I remember, I don't know how many episodes when I talked about you should be able to keep a challenge. Like if you keep getting your challenges correct, you should not have a limit on how many challenges you can have. Yes, everybody will probably be pissed that we have to keep pausing the game to challenge a call. But at the same time, it's like you can't, like we don't have any more challenges for some of the calls that they made at the end.
And I completely agree with you. But I think my challenge to you all is usually you feel that momentum shift. And as a leader of the team, you got to get it back. So like when that momentum is shifting, you have to demand excellence from your guards. And like you said, some shots are just not going to go. They're great shots. They just don't go down. But that next possession, you have to make sure that you get a shot on goal, that you actually get what you want offensively. Yeah. On defensively, you're staying disciplined. Because I just think that sometimes, like, it's not even the game that takes you out. It's like the mentality. It's the focus. And you all were focused a little bit too much on the refs. Rightfully so. They missed some calls.
But I honestly think the entire game, I thought we were pretty locked in. It was kind of just like that little spurt of like,
that's where it went away.
Happening? But then, and then we got back and we were like, listen, we don't worry about that. And we just turned the page. But I mean, 2 technicals, some free throws, ball back.
I just think that 80 is a good number. Like the over under of beating Atlanta, you're going to have to score 80 points.
Yep.
So to me, it's not the offensive. I mean, it's not the defensive end, it's your offense.
Yep.
And so y'all got to get in your sets. And I know a lot of that has to do because you all are injured. You do have 6 players on the bench that can't play. But we're not making excuses, Aliyah.
No, we're not.
Game 2
we're
on
not making
Tuesday.
Excuses. Are you kidding me?
Game 2 on Tuesday in Indy. By the time this airs, we will know the result. But there's this corgi video that's in your favor.
The corgi
picked y'all. The corgi picked y'all. Okay, so Atlanta game 1, that's with the corgi hit the ball into the basket. And then game 2 goes to Fever. And then a best of 3 series, crucial elimination game.
Come on, corgi.
In Atlanta.
Come on.
Yeah, so the corgi, I like that. I'm a little superstitious, so I'm with it. Other playoff results, Lynx defeat the Valkyrie pretty handily, which I was a little surprised at the post-game comments by Natalie Nakase. Like, you know, I think she's done a hell of a job with the Valkyrie this year, especially on the defensive end. 100% her team, I think, shocked a lot of players and a lot of people. But I just don't know if after a 30-point defeat, you can talk about the refs and physicality and wanting things to be fair. That's my only thing. Like, I can see if they just barely lost, but, you know, sometimes you're wasting your voice if it's a 30-point victory. But games always seem closer or seem further
Liberty
away.
and the Mercury. Now that was a close game.
I just love the way, and I don't think Sandy Brondello and her husband Olaf Lang get enough credit for the schemes that they do in the playoffs, because the Liberty, the way that they were guarding the Mercury, I don't understand why the Mercury are not guarded that way all the time. Is Satu going to ever go 2 for 17 again? Probably not. Ka got in foul trouble. You actually got in foul trouble. I didn't bring that up. Yeah. But that was the turning point in the game, to be honest with you. That and the refs. But anyway, back to the Mercury. It just seemed like they could not get going on the offensive end because they're taking away Alyssa Thomas, but they're not bringing her crowd to her because that's what she wants.
Yep.
Then she's going to pick you
apart.
apart.
She can spray wherever she wants. The world is her oyster.
Breanna Stewart gapping and giving her space, but then also the way that they played, they didn't switch the screen, which is what Mercury. So I can't wait for their counter move. Yeah, Liberty defeated the Mercury 76-69 in OT. Something to keep your eye on, though. Breanna Stewart scored 18 before hurting her knee, so I hope she's good. You never want anybody to miss in the playoffs. We want to see greatness go against greatness. And then, you know, the last game of the night, I mean, Vegas.
From the jump, they went out big. Yep.
Vegas just defeated the Storm 102-77. 3rd team in WNBA history to win 17+ games in a row. I mean, Asia, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Can't say anything else. I mean, they look primed and ready. So, like, what are your thoughts on the playoffs thus far?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's just going to be very competitive. And honestly, just thinking about the rest of the games, like, every team that's competing, like, they're going hard. And I know sometimes the scores on something doesn't really show that, but it's still super competitive. Like, this is an exciting playoff series.
I'm really excited about the playoffs. because I do think it is a game of chess. And as we get further into the playoffs, we're going to see the series extend. So it's 3 games, then 5 games, then 7 games. And so with that, I think then we'll actually be able to see like counter moves and like chess. And
there'll be more
because there's being more time for teams to adjust and settle into the series. So I think that's the thing. Like the basketball gods are in our favor of giving us, best of 5s and best of 7s. So anyway, listen, that wraps up what we want to talk about, presented by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
After we won the national championship in 2022, I saw you, Candace, in the crowd, and I just grabbed the mic and said it. I love you, girl.
And I felt that because I saw myself in you, the joy, the pressure, the entire journey.
You've always been someone that I've looked up to, and hearing you say, you got this, that meant more to me than you probably even know.
That's what Adidas is all about. The You Got This campaign is a reminder that support, even one moment, one voice, can change everything.
Whether it's a coach, a teammate, a friend, sometimes it just takes someone reminding you who you are.
We've both had those people, and now we're trying to be that for someone else.
Learn more about the You Got This message at adidas.com/yougotthis and follow along at Adidas and at Adidas US. This episode is brought to you by Smucker's Uncrustables. There's a reason classics don't go out of style. PB&J, no crust, no mess, no notes. Check out Uncrustables, the best part of the sandwich.
It's a round crimped sandwich made with soft, pillowy bread filled with peanut butter and jelly. Grab one from the freezer. Let it thaw while you do your thing on the court, in the carpool, or whatever hustle you're on. This snack is for pro goats, little legends, and everyone in between. Find Smucker's Uncrustables in the freezer aisle. Learn more at uncrustables.com.
My favorite plays are the ones where a teammate just knows what you need, like they're 2 steps ahead.
Exactly. That's the AT&T guarantee. They don't wait for you to ask. In the rare event of a network outage, they'll automatically credit you for a full day of service.
So it's like your PG throwing you the perfect pass before you even post up.
Or like when AB is already in position before anyone else sees it coming.
Staying connected matters. And with AT&T, they make sure you're covered.
That's connection with commitment. That's the AT&T guarantee.
AT&T, connecting changes everything.
Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more, caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
All right. So since the regular season's done and the awards are starting to come out, I feel like we should kind of do our own picks. How do you feel? You like it?
Let's do it. I'm down.
Right. So MVP. I feel like this is kind of self-explanatory at this point. I have to go with Asia. I mean, she literally leads the league in every category. Legit every category. Points per game, blocks, rebounds. The amount of 30-point games she has at this point. So I think she would get my MVP vote.
No, 100%. If I have a vote, A'ja Wilson definitely deserves MVP. I do want to shout out Nafisa Collier, though, because she's the second player in WNBA history to join the 50-40-90 club, joining Elena Deladon, who actually won MVP the year that she shot 50-40-90 in 2019. So I don't think that we can negate the type of season that Nafisa has put together. Also, her team being the number one seed locked that up really early. But I guess my question was, would there be voter fatigue? And I say that in the sense
there's always voter
fatigue. Is. And I
fatigue.
think that there's a lot of players that probably deserve more MVPs, but because they had won it before. And shout out to the Aces because they're talking about it. They're out in front of their narrative. They want to continue to, put the numbers out there. I mean, first in total points, first in points per game, first in blocks per game, first in total rebounds, first in defensive rebounds, first in 30-point games, first in 30-point double-doubles. I mean, that's Asia's stats. And I think the Aces are doing a good job of putting that out there and letting everybody know, let the numbers show. But similar to during the Jordan era, Karl Malone got one, Charles Barkley got one, Jordan probably should have had more MVPs. Same thing with LeBron. I feel like Bron got to 4 and people were like, all right.
That's enough.
Yeah. So I guess
You've
that's
done it.
my question. Is there going to be voter fatigue? Rookie of the year. All right. It's really
Paige.
hard. It's hard to decide who the rookie of
Paige.
the year is. I'm being sarcastic because people will get mad. Paige Bueckers.
Yeah.
No surprise.
I do think, though, Sonia Citron had a fantastic rookie season. I think that offense in Washington fits her perfectly. Her ability to cut, her ability to get to the rim, her shot. I mean, you definitely cannot deny what she did this season and how she impacted her team. But I think just looking at Paige overall, I mean, I'd probably give it to Paige.
I think 100%. I don't think it's if Paige gets it. I think does she get unanimous or does Sonia get some votes? Because
Honestly, I think Sonia's getting some votes. She
should get some votes. She should. But Paige again, outstanding rookie year. Despite the wings struggling, Paige finished 5th in the league in scoring, 9th in assists, 6th in steals. Okay, defense.
Yeah.
Tied the rookie single game scoring record with 44 points. And that was actually the highest scoring game by any player this season. So I definitely think Paige is going to have that in her trophy case. It's just a matter of, is it unanimous?
Unanimous, yeah. Okay, so I got to know, who do you have for Defensive Player of the Year?
Nobody. I don't have anybody for Defensive Player of the Year.
We can leave that up to the real voters then, because
I have nobody. I feel like it's honestly like the Vegas odds. If you look at the Vegas odds, I just want to like Defensive Player of the Year is so hard to judge.
Yeah,
and I think it's changed so much over the years. Of like, okay, if you lead the league in rebounds, you're in the conversation. Blocks, but seriously, I think it's the players know which players they don't want to play against.
Yep.
So is this like a you lock up 1v1, let me lock you up award? Or is this like a Defensive Player of the Year of like how many shots? Because I know there's like on the NBA side, people were sick of Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year. And then he's put in ISOs in the playoffs and he can't be on the floor because they can't, you know what I mean? That was the argument. Which it is a regular season award, so that's great. But I don't know what the criteria of Defensive Player of the Year is. Is it like I don't want them to guard me? Is that like
I couldn't tell you myself.
Give me the criteria. I mean, you're a player right now. What's the criteria?
I don't know. Like, be good at defense. I don't know. That's all I can tell you. Maybe rebounding, maybe steals, blocks. I mean, there's a lot. So I guess we'll find out together.
All right. Well, I think it'll be one of 4 players. It is normally a big award. So post-ups, a big will probably win this award. But it's between Alana Smith, A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Napheesa Collier. So we'll see. I mean, Minnesota had the league's best defensive rating. So again, we shall see. 6th Player of the Year. What are we going with?
Ooh. Honestly, I know we've been talking about the Lynx a lot, but Heidemann might not be a bad choice for 6th Woman of the Year.
She leads all bench players in 9.1 points per game and 2.8 assists per game. So stud buds. Stud buds might have an award in their trophy case. They might live stream it. Coach of the Year?
Ooh, I know the Valks have been amazing, but I low-key also, this is going to year after we beat Atlanta in the second game anyways, I think the Atlanta coach as well is really in that running, because what he's been able to do with his roster and the way that they shoot the 3 ball and the way that they are just all like they just flow. And then you look at everyone on the roster and how much they've improved in just joining that squad. I feel like he really has a good case.
I would agree with you. I love watching the difference in the way that Atlanta played last year versus this year. You know, and I think that he's bringing out the best of the individual players throughout the system. So he's putting Alicia Gray in great situations.
Yes.
He's putting Ryan Howard in amazing positions. I think he's utilizing Bree Jones in ways that she hasn't. So yeah, I would have to agree, but I'm gonna have to go with Natalie Nakase. Like for an expansion team to make the playoffs in the first year,
Yeah,
and
no,
honestly
that's
had a
great.
shot at making the 6th seed. No offense, Indiana, but could have locked up the 6th seed is remarkable. They've done it on the defensive end. They are hell to play against in the half court. Their half court defense is some of the best that I've seen in terms of just, textbook what you want. So anyway, Natalie Nakase has my vote. And the most improved player was already announced, Veronica Burton.
Yes, congrats.
Of the Valkyrie. She went from 3.1 points per game, 1.4 rebounds, and 1.9 assists to averaging career highs of 11.9, 4.4, 6.0 assists, and 1.1 steals. It's her 4th season and first with Golden State. So expansion draft, shout out to the Valkyries for getting and bringing out the best in Veronica Burton. So perfect fit.
It's now time for You Got This, presented by Adidas. There's nothing like a great assist to help us remember you got this. Learn more about the You Got This message at adidas.com/you got this and follow the action on Instagram at Adidas and at Adidas US. Every week, we're going to shout out someone who inspired us, rose to the occasion, or made their moment count. This week, my You Got This moment goes to Tara Davis-Woodhall, who won her first world title. Over the weekend, Tara in Tokyo won her first long jump world title with a 7.13 meters, the world's best jump since June of 2024. I just had to give her this shout out because, as silly as this sounds, I watch her a lot on TikTok. Okay, so I see all her videos and I see all her training stuff, and even you can see the emotion that she competes with every single time. And so I just had to give her a shout out because that is so awesome.
Well, to watch her do this and realize, because I've been to high school meets recently, and so it really puts things in perspective of truly how far she is jumping and how incredible she's training. And obviously the viral moment with her husband in 2024, Paris Olympics was unbelievable, but goodness, good pick, Aliyah. I'm with it.
Thank you. Great pick.
Thank
you. And that was my You Got This moment presented by Adidas. Next week, it's back to you, Candace.
All right, it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show. This is Unfiltered Fan Questions, powered by Uncrustables. Find Smucker's Uncrustables in the freezer aisle. Learn more at uncrustables.com. We got a ton of great questions coming in, so please keep them coming. Question number 1 is for you, Aliyah. It's at BagLD. What's been the most memorable moment of your career so far?
Ooh, I feel like the first thing in my career in the W would definitely be winning Rookie of the Year. I feel like for me, that was amazing. And then obviously All-Star that year too. And I know you're probably like, girl, this isn't your 3rd year. You haven't had anything outside that. But those being able to have something that's listen, as a rookie, you're the first rookie in I don't know how long to be an all-star. And those are the things that seriously mean the world. And obviously I think this year too, everything has been memorable. Just the team I've had, the squad, us being able to be in playoffs and competing. I definitely say that. Yeah.
100%.
Candace, do you have one?
I have a couple. I would say...
which one do you want to pick?
I would say the most memorable moment of my career would be probably coming back after I had my daughter, Layla, and just looking on the sideline and seeing her. And it was just almost like that moment in Love and Basketball where she looks over at Q and he's sitting holding their daughter courtside. So that was memorable. And then, of course, the 2016 championship. That was one for the ages. So those are probably the 2.
All right, cool. All right, so next question, Candace, is for you from at Snoops88 Leo. Candace, what will it take to get a WNBA team in Nashville, Tennessee?
I think it'll take time, but I think it'll happen. And I think the city's ready for it. I think the people are excited. I don't think that there's a team or a place like Nashville in the South that can command the amount of attention and be in a market that is also not an NBA team market, which I think has its own value. So I think it'll take time, but I do think it'll happen. All right. This question, number 3, is from at JNot123. Do you have a free throw ritual? What are some of your favorites you've noticed? Like Sophie Cunningham always pinches her jersey over her heart.
I do have a free throw ritual. I like start away from the basket. I do a little form shot. I get to the line. I line up my feet. They have to be the exact same way every single time. And then I hit a little spin of the ball and shoot it. But I also don't even notice like a lot of people's. I think sometimes if I notice someone, it's probably because like their stance is either like crazy to the right or like crazy to the left or like way behind the free throw line or like that's like when I notice it. But outside of that, I don't really notice a lot of people's. Like I didn't even know Sophie did all that. So period, queen.
I like nods. I like nods to people because I think your routine, everybody has their own routine. But
Yeah.
I just remember Jason Kidd used to blow a kiss to his son at the free throw line. And so that's kind of what got me thinking. So I always touch my right arm to my heart. And I have tattoos of everybody that, I love and all my kids, coaches on here. And I just touch it to my heart just real quick before I shoot a free throw, just to kind of like, if they're watching, they know that's for them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I gotta start doing that. Let me think of something else.
A little wink at the free throw line.
All right, next question from @bballer wave 33. What do you think of the new NBA heave rule? Missed end quarter shots now hit the team, not the player's stats.
I actually like the rule because
Me too.
I think you're gonna have more people want to do the
Trying to
heave.
get it up.
There was a trend, when you're struggling from the field, that you kind of hold it until the buzzer sounds and then you shoot it. Now we're actually going to see people trying to make the shot. And I think NBA is always at the forefront of entertainment. And similar to the take foul rule, where now we're able to see Ja Morant finish those jaw-dropping dunks in transition because teams get penalized for trying to slow up transition. Same thing. Now you're going to see more, I think, full court heaves and shots because it's not going to impact your stats. Question number 5 @KLC813. All right. This is a big topic of discussion. Sid's Instagram live the other night had me dying. What went down with the cookie gate, and did you ever get your cookie?
Unfortunately that night I did not get my cookie, but the next day our media person actually went to the farmer's market and picked up 2 snickerdoodle cookies for me and brought them back because she was like, I was watching the live and I just couldn't believe they didn't have your cookies. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. But hey, it was a rough night because I just felt like everyone was just watching and making fun of the fact that I didn't have my snickerdoodle.
And snickerdoodles are like crucial. I'm
saying
chocolate chip cookie or snickerdoodle.
Or snickerdoodle. I'm telling you.
But if I have a chocolate chip cookie, I've got to have it. It's like a pizookie. I got to have ice cream on it.
I love a pizookie.
Like a salted caramel ice cream to like mix it up, sweet and sour.
Fact, I think I should have that for dinner.
Wow. You really are 23 and a half talking about having a cookie for dinner. This is wild. All right. Well, that does it for our unfiltered fan questions powered by Uncrustables. Keep the questions coming. Drop us a DM. Comment on YouTube. We want to hear from you all.
Yes. This was fun.
Yeah, this episode was fun. So the next time we talk, I hope that you're moving on to the next round of playoffs.
Yes.
I hope that you're dominating the paint, as we know the post-ups know that you're capable of. But yeah, that's a wrap on this week's episode of Post Moves. Good luck in your game on Tuesday again.
Thank you.
This episode will drop after that game, so we'll know the results. Yes. Hopefully the corgi is right. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Subscribe on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. And follow Post Moves Show on all socials @Post Moves Show. That's 2 S's.
Yes. Bow, bow, bow. See you next time.